Hi there! Join us on a road trip. The three of us decided to hit the road and head up north to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We decided to stop at the Goodwill there. This was a very large Goodwill. It reminded me of the big Goodwill out in Route 30 in Lancaster, and they had really full shelves. And this is kind of the red section. They did have their shelves divided into colors, and I think this was kind of the red Valentine section. Here was a box of candies that I declined to pick up because I thought that was a little odd, finding candies at Goodwill. Usually we see canned goods and dry goods, but I've never seen a huge box of candy like that. Here were some votive holders. Here are some recent solds from eBay. These are false graph. And this was a little wax cat candle. And then this reminded me of a pair that I have for sale. It's a Jeanette Baltimore pair, and I'm going to insert what mine looks like. Mine is painted. That's mine that I currently have for sale. And again, those were recent sold on eBay. Here was a kitty cat. This was made in Taiwan. This looked like one that I had also sold. It was kind of the same styling of the nose and the ears, still had the terracotta, and they weren't glazed. I thought that was super cute. And a little turkey had survived Thanksgiving and was hiding out on the end cap. The store was very nicely organized, and they had, like here, they had some cats on the end cap, and it was kind of thematic in a way. So I really liked going to this Goodwill. I did not find a whole bunch for me, but if anyone needed to come in and buy things for themselves and they weren't flipping them, this was a good Goodwill to go to. These were two little plastic pigs. And it's funny, I found 3 secretary's mugs while I was up there in that area. I used to be a secretary. We would rather have that huge box of chocolates, or at least I would. These reminded me of a piece I also have for sale that's a stacking creamer and sugar. They wanted $1.99 a piece for them, and I couldn't find a label or a marker on those. And then these reminded me of mid-century modern. They were more contemporary, but had that 50s atomic look with that design on them. They were spring soiree for $1.99 a piece. And then above them was some Corelle coffee mugs and saucers in the little ivy pattern. So if you needed a replacement or wanted to start a set, there they were. Here's the green section. And this grabbed my attention. My husband loves riding bike, and so I thought this was cute. And this was more contemporary as well, and Christmassy. I thought this was sweet. So they still had some Christmas items left. More winter items, I guess. And then here was a himself mug, and on the back it has the Irish prayer on it. If they had a herself and himself, I probably would have picked those up since St. Patrick's Day is coming soon. This was a very large glass votive candle shade. So I admired it and put it back. On an end cap, they had a whole bunch of Precious Moments figurines, and I had just picked up that $6.99. I had just picked up that bag that had 4 Precious Moments figurines in it, so I was just looking at them, wasn't really too interested in purchasing any of them. Here is a Suds mug. I thought this was neat. It was extremely heavy though. It was a good price. Had that vintage 60s, 70s look to it, but because of the weight, I did leave that there. And then here I am carefully playing Jenga and moving that over there so I could see this box. And it turned out it was a jewelry box. It was pretty, but there was some tearing and wear in the corner, so I did leave that there. And then I was seeing if these were marked, and they were not. And then here's a look at the aisles. It wasn't too crowded there that day. It was nice to go and hit the road as a family and do some adventuring. There's another secretary's mug. Here was a hobbyist piece, and it was kind of sitting kind of wonky. And then when I turned it over, I realized it was a shelf sitter. And I thought, well, that's kind of cute. Weird that the egg's not finished painting. But then when I turned it here, I saw that a piece was broken off. So maybe it was supposed to be meant to look, maybe it was meant to look like the egg wasn't painted. But with the broken off piece, I did leave that there. And then I'm picking these up because it has an Asian transferware design look to it. So I'm seeing if in the cup there was a lithopane. That's when you look at the bottom of a teacup and you see an image, but there was not a lithopane in that teacup, so I left it there. Here was some pottery. It was signed, but I wasn't feeling it. And then this is a red beans and rice trivet from Louisiana. And that was sticking out on the shelf. It made me a little nervous, so I pushed it further onto the shelf. And then I found these were unusual. This was in the clear glass section. And these were little shot glasses or aperitif glasses or juice glasses. And they had metal bottoms to them. And I was seeing if this was something I needed, and it was not. And then these were really pretty. It was marked Tiffany, so I'm assuming that is the name of the pattern. And these were made in the USA. Lots and lots of things to look at. And this store was so big that in one area they had furniture. Now we have a Salvation Army in Lancaster, and community aids have furniture, but our Goodwills for the most part will have lamps and maybe a small end table and maybe chairs once in a while, but we don't really see big pieces like sofas and chairs like this. So I thought that was interesting. They had it nicely grouped together. This was a different piece. I think it was made out of glass that would then fuse together, but there weren't any holes to hang it. So maybe I thought it went into it set into something that was no longer there. Here was a cute little elephant artwork piece. Now we're in the brown section. And then I came across this huge carnival glass punch bowl, and it had the cups and it had the hooks, and it was $25. And I seriously thought about it, but the weight alone was way too much. So I decided to leave it there. And here was a really nice, very tall, heavy art pottery piece. And again, I left that there because of the size and weight. I don't have a booth in an antique mall. And I do have some local pickup pieces on my eBay site, but for the most part, I like to ship them out to you. This was another neat piece. This was made in Greece. It had a bisque finish to it. I don't know if it's bisque, but it wasn't glossy and glazed, but it was nice. I thought that was pretty. And then here was a Lazy Susan with all the compartments. I was tempted to get the Lazy Susan for display when I'm filming and showing you things instead of turning it by hand. I'm still on the lookout for finding a Lazy Susan, a small one. And here was a little bell. I've sold those before. And then I mentioned this to my husband. I was like, oh, this is your mom's. This is a Tupperware strainer. And then here are some Christmas stockings. Isn't that cute how the little train goes across? So some Christmas had been hiding in different colors. So they were hiding out in the brown section. And I thought these plates were funny. These were plastic with these cats hanging out at the beach. And I think now we're in the silver section, getting close to the silver section. And then there was a fondue pot. I said to Jimmy, I said, look, we need to have fondue. These keep popping up and showing us that we need to have some cheese. And then here was another little pot. This is probably for sauces, but it was missing its lid. And then this mug was different. I'd never seen this before. It was the beginning of famous books. It was like the opening lines from, it's like first lines of literature, it says. So I thought that was interesting. And then I found this, and I cannot find the signature on this. So I don't know if it's Peggy Carr or the other very long name of fused glass, but it's very pretty, and with spring coming, I decided to get that. Those are pretty. They do not put the price tags on the labels, which is nice.
You don't?
What's this? False scrap. Yes. See, they didn't put the price tag on the label.
Yeah.
It's nice. There's a whole bunch of false scrap. And when we were leaving, I found this Sack Roots purse that was in really great condition, but it was not priced, so they would not let me buy it. But we also found a sealed Ravensburger puzzle, so we did end up with that. Then we went and visited Vegan Treats in Bethlehem. I wasn't allowed to film, but here is what we bought. What's that?
This is the pecan sticky bun.
And it slides out this way, I think.
So, slide out this way.
Look at that. Looks delicious. Do we remember what we got?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe.
I remember Red Velvet was one of them.
Yep.
That's all I remember though, because that's mine.
Oh, look how pretty they are.
They're so cute.
This one was the red velvet, I think. This one was raspberry key lime because it looks like little cactuses.
Right. This is peanut butter tandy.
That one's peanut butter tandy. Okay.
Yeah. This is confetti. This is tiramisu. And this is white chocolate raspberry.
And a lot of you liked tiramisu for your fancy dessert. No creme brulee,
No creme brulee.
but we're going to enjoy these.
Or even no cream brulee.
Or cream brulee either. No, it's true. Here's Jenny's choice. Jenny, why did you choose this one?
Because Red Velvet is one of my favorite cakes.
What's your other favorite cake?
Vanilla and chocolate.
That's right. All right, we're going to show you what it looks like inside.
Be careful though.
The anticipation is killing me. What does it look like? Oh, here it comes. Yay, look at that. Yummy. All right, dig in. We drove down the road a little bit and came to Whitehall, Pennsylvania, and found another Goodwill. This one was very big as well. The shelves were not as full as the last one. Again, organized by color, very nice and clean store. If you were looking for things for your home, they had lots of things, but just not a lot of things for me to resell. They had a ton of these Iroquois China restaurant ware, coffee mugs. And then there was this haul set, but I felt it was missing the lid. And there was this set. It was a divided dish, Metlocks, the Poppy Trail, and this is the California Ivy pattern, and a gravy boat. That was $4.99, and the larger dish, I believe, we're going to see it here, $6.99. Yes. So while it was fun looking through this shop because it was very organized and easy to find things, I didn't find a lot here. I would definitely go back if we were in the area again. I would go back to both Goodwills, and that's the fun part of going to Goodwill is you never know what there's going to be. You never know when they're restocking. It's kind of a treasure hunt, and I enjoy that. I enjoy going to Goodwill and finding things that you may not have seen the day before or a couple days before or the week before. This stack was $9.99 and the larger plates were $4.99, so I was a little confused by that pricing. And Jocelyn and I had seen these before, and we didn't know what these were. And then the viewers told us these were yogurt cups. And so they were selling those yogurt cups. And here were some saucers for, the stack was $6.99. And this is International China. It was made in Japan. And then I went to look at the lamps, and they had this very nice art pottery piece. It was $9.99. I thought it was nicely done. It said it worked, which is always nice to know. You could go home and plug it right in. But I decided to leave it there because of the large size. Thought about it though. That's me thinking about it. And then they had this really cute embroidered piece, but it was $4.99. I thought that was a little high. It had a date of 1982, so it was definitely vintage. In that frame, that is a vintage print from Hallmark of the Lion family. They kind of had their art in one area. This was a more contemporary piece. It had a year of 2000 and something original artwork, but the staining on the back of the canvas made me a little leery. I didn't want to send anything that was moldy or stained, so I did leave that there. They did have their Christmas still up, and I thought this was a cute little figurine. And I noticed when I turned it over, the felt was coming off, so I was looking to see if there was a stamp or a mark, and I didn't see anything. It's kind of funny how looks like she was pushing away the coffee mug. Here was a 25th anniversary paperweight with the silver bells on it. When I had my 25th anniversary, I bought myself one of those 25th anniversary vases because I had to have it because I had reached 25 years. They had a large selection of plush. I thought this was cute. Little frog couple, perfect for Valentine's. And when I saw this, I thought it was made out of wood, but now looking at it, it looks like it's made out of shell. But in the store, I got the impression that this had been painted on a piece of wood. I thought that was very sweet, very nicely done. And here's the other secretary's mug. And then on the end cap was this large wooden plate. It did have damage to the roof there. You can see it. But I thought it was neat. But then when I turned it over to see the price on it, of $7. I thought that was a little bit high, especially with the damage. Perhaps the damage had happened after they had priced it. I don't know. It's always exciting to see these this is Indiana glass in one of the original boxes. This was $2.99. And then someone had spray painted some Fire King. This was probably clear, and they had spray painted it coppery color. And I was just seeing what these were. Those were coasters. And then they had more of the teddy bear mugs that went with those plates. They had shakers and coffee mugs on this side. Not quite sure why they hadn't kind of put them all together, but they hadn't. So that was the trip to this Goodwill, and we decided to go further up the road to Jim Thorpe. Jenny and I had never been here, but my husband had recently been here, and he really liked the look of the town. He knew we would like it, so we were so close, we decided to make the little drive up, and it was really, really nice. It was closed because we were there on a Tuesday, and it's not the weekend, and this time of year they're mostly open on the weekend, it seemed like. So we went into the visitor center, got warm, and here is a picture of it when it has more trees, and here's a little timeline of the And you're going to come along with us to go to that church in the center of the screen there. Here we are getting closer. It was up on a hill, and we decided to walk around a little bit more. We enjoyed walking around Jim Thorpe and seeing all the different stores. There were a couple that were open, so we went in and took advantage of their heat. And we found a really great candy store that I'm going to show you coming up. And this picture here is their library. If there's anything more than this family loves, it's candy, right?
Right.
Especially the adults. Jenny will start eating healthy food. She'll ask for healthy food if she's had a little bit of some sugar. She's smarter than her parents. So this is the candy store that we found that was open yesterday. I think at this time of year, most of the stores in Jim Thorpe are open on the weekends, which makes sense because it was 17 degrees yesterday. So not only was this lady warm and welcoming, her store had this really cool old-fashioned candy. Jenny got the Airheads. We already ate the Razzles. And so that is what we got here. So if you're ever in Jim Thorpe, go into the Rainbow's End and you will love looking around. They had really cute tchotchkes, and they had slippers and pillows and ice cream and, of course, candy. We had a great time. We can't wait to be back to visit Jim Thorpe. Next time we'll definitely bring hats. Thank you for watching this video. We look forward to bringing you along on more road trips with us. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see ya!